Sorry. Hey, sorry about that, guys. My whole computer crashed. That was pretty wild. That was pretty wild right there. Yeah, it froze up. It does that from time to time. Very rarely, but it does. It's known to do it. It has been known to do it. Alright, let me pull up the stats real quick. Also, guys, have you noticed? I even think you've noticed, which is this is the good thing about it. Have you noticed that? Yeah, it's okay. I'm doing intro stuff again, Shinigami. That the internet has not been banned. That the connection about the internet has not been banned. I don't think anybody is appreciating how good the internet connection for me has been. Swankyville, how you doing, man? Lord Stonescale, thank you. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry for the interruption. Okay. All right. Hey, what's up, Acheron's Call? Hey, what's up, Bems Lord? We're only 2 away from our sub goal, by the way, guys. As you can see. Bems. Okay. I'm just checking on things here. Let's see if my video file did not get horribly corrupted. It probably did. Usable. Oh, that's not terrible. I still have some backup too. Still have some backup tier 2. Let's unlist that. Okay. We want to do some more giveaways tonight? Maybe we'll do some more giveaways tonight. I think we are ready for Shakedown Breakdown, though. We're going to pull up this stats here in 1 second. Boom, boom, boom. I'm waiting for this to pop up here. Let me turn that off. Boom, boom, boom. Let me pull that up. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. We're going to do the outro, then the Shakedown Breakdown. I don't know if I want to do Gobos again. I definitely want to do Mono Red again. That is something that I definitely want to do. Mm-mm. Finally. Okay. Mono red burn. Yeah, I think I might want to throw Gobble Wobbos in it. I don't know. Not mono red burn to 10. I already get a hit at Gitsugi, and honestly, it wasn't received that well. Um, you know, so. All right, hold on. All right, guys, we're gonna leave it. All right, guys, we're gonna leave it right there for tonight. We did pretty good with the undead, man. Mono black undead is my speciality. Combining the power of vampires and the power of skeletons for ultra vampire skeletons is I mean, it's not a bad choice. It got us to diamond. It almost pushed us to diamond 3 until we just got removal down and caught a bad hand on it. That's a pretty good climb right there. This could really go all the way. I could use this as my daily driver. Ultimately, we won 69 nice percent on the play, almost 70% on the play, 100%. I mean, 100%, 70% wins, 100% on the play, and a little slower on the draw. It's a very much an aggressive deck, but overall, getting that in diamond, going on some pretty sweet runs here, and really only getting shut down by mono black. I think as mono black can kind of remove the cards that we need. So overall, fun deck. I liked it. I've been Jay Villain, and you've been great. Bye bye. All right, let me export this. Ooh, let's do the sideboard first. Let's do the sideboard. All right. What do we need? I think probably some exile. Hurry so we can pow too. Oh, there she is. There she is, ladies and gentlemen. I was wondering when she was going to show up. I just got the diamond with the Boros burn deck. That's awesome. I saw your comment, Mr. Cthulhu. Yeah. Um. Oh, you didn't have any screaming memes? Oh, that's too bad. Snow is here. Destroy. Or rather, war. Nowhere to run or long goodbye are both good options. Shale. Sheldred's Edict. Vampire. Got any other vampires? Exile. Okay. Any other destroys? destroy enchantments. I'll throw Withering Torment in there. Yeah. Okay. Happy birthday. How long were you asleep for, Miss Snow? I left her sleeping. Save and exit. Boom. Do you see what the name of the deck is? Snow? You better get about the way. Tomorrow's gonna something, some say, you know, I don't give a fuck what you think or say. Something and then something anyways. Screaming Mimi. We run this whole place anyway. My birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday to you. Oh, thank you so much, Hillbilly. Yeah. I can't call it Hollywood Undead. That would be a little bit unsensitive. Right now. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. All right, let me do something. There we go. Happy birthday. Okay. Excuse me, everyone. Excuse me. We're going to shake it and quite possibly break it. All right, guys? All right. Capra Demon. Okay, here we go. How you doing, John Peterson, Acheron, Chris Chaos? Welcome. Welcome back, everybody, to the show. I am your host, as always, Jay Villain, aka That Villain Jay. And tonight we have a very special treat for you. Yes, we do. Because we are running my favorite stuff, guys, we're going to bust right through to the other side here. Break on through to the other side, really. Skeleton vampires. We're just going for the undead. Yeah, so you better get up out the way. I love skeletons. I love zombies. I figured together at last, we're going to go really aggressive with a mono black that just blasts through things in an unexpected way. Really, really effective. Blasted us through diamond just barely got us to Diamond 3. We're touching Diamond 3 right now, and I really think this one could go the distance. So if you want to see this one, you want to check it out, I need you to do something for me, which is, of course, tenderly press that like button, gently press that subscribe button, because if you don't press that like and subscribe button, guys, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. You're going to get attacked by the like and subscribe, which you may or may not know is a YouTube werewolf who will viciously maul you and attack you for not liking the video and subscribing to the channel today. Yeah, you got to do it. Go right down there and press it. Join us on a stream every night at twitch.tv/thatvillainj for all live streaming goodness. We'd love to have you there live and in person. We just passed 3,000 followers on Twitch. So we're going to be doing some giveaways the whole week, so you're really going to want to check that out. Check out our Discord community for all latest news, information, post your decks, post memes, ask questions. That's the best place to come in case you want to get in contact and show me some. I sometimes run viewer decks. Yeah, you can submit them there. And of course, this deck and all the other ones that I build are going to be available down below on my AetherHub. So if you want a copy of this one, go right down there to the AetherHub and you will find it. Okay, so that all being said, what are we doing with the Hollywood Undead here? Well, we're running a vampire gain and drain on top of a skeleton aggro, which is just going to make their life freaking disappear. It's going to just shred their life to death. That's the goal right here. We're going to punish them no matter what they do. So first things first, our removal. And as I always say as a caveat, I wish I didn't have to run so much removal, but them's the breaks. That's the state that we live in right now. Here we have cut down. 3 cut downs for your aggro plays right here, and I think 4 bitter triumphs. Bitter Triumph is a little bit tough to deal with. I mean, we have some life regen here, and we don't really want stuff in our graveyard, so you could swap that out for any other removal that you want. I'm going with Bitter Triumph just because it's old reliable. It's an uncommon, instant, kills a planeswalker, kills a creature that we need to kill with no restrictions. Very useful, and we can pay 3 life. We can a lot of times afford it. So those are going to be our main sources of removal right there. Now our 1-drop skeletons and vampires. We're going to go with the Forsaken Miner, which has some really cool interactions that I'm actually excited to tell you about because with targeting things, 1 black, 2/2, he cannot block, but he's a 2/2 skeleton rogue. He looks awesome. And whenever you commit a crime, you may pay 1 black. If you do, return the Forsaken Miner from the graveyard to the battlefield, which is super cool. The reason that is that if we play removal or if we get any of our combinations off, if he dies, we can actually immediately bring him back. I'll show you how to do that. Ichor Drinker is going to be our 1-drop vampire. Like I said, we want to go life gain and drain here, so that's why we're running this one. 1 black, 1/1 life link. Exile Ichor Drinker from your graveyard. He turns into a 2/2 incubated guy. So a 1/1 lifelink vampire that can later come back as a 2/2 is extremely useful. I like him as an early blocker. I like him to gain life, so we can start that process of gain and draining out as we want to go. Really, really cool stuff there. Just the fact that we can get rid of him and we can discard him and bring him back as another creature is useful. So before we get into skeletons, let me tell you about the vampires. I'm actually kind of excited about them because we're going to combine for the first time. I'm surprised I haven't done this yet. We're going to combine Varan, Executioner, Thane. Varan, my dude, for real. Look at this guy. Phyrexian Vampire, 1 black and 1, 2/2. Whenever 1 or more creatures you control dies, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. So this is if something you control dies on any turn, on your opponent's turn or this turn. It only triggers once for each turn, but you gain and drain 2. Okay? This is interesting. This is interesting because it happens automatically. You only have 1 of them out. But we can supplement that for as many Vengeful Blood Witches as we want. This is a uncommon. This is from Foundations here. 1 black and 1/1 Vampire Warlock. Whenever this creature or another creature you control dies, target opponent lose 1 life and you gain 1 life. So he stacks on the gain and drain as well. And the interesting wording about this Vengeful Vampire right here is the fact that it says target opponent loses 1 life and target loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Committing a crime to return Forsaken Miner as target. If somebody kills Forsaken Miner with Vengeful Blood Witch out, you immediately target your opponent, which means that this goes to the graveyard, and because it went to the graveyard, you get to target and you can immediately cast it again. As long as you have black mana, this is functionally immortal because it keeps dying. You target them with a 1 life gain and drain, and it keeps coming back. That's pretty nifty. Immortal skeleton right here that gain and drains each time. There's probably a way to break an insane break loop if you had a sacrifice, return. There's probably a crazy loop to build right here. I wasn't in the mood to build it. If you had a constant way of forcibly sacrificing something every single turn and bringing it back and an infinite amount of mana to pay for it, you could probably do something crazy and modern with that or something. I'm not that kind of guy, but it is a fun combination play because that does give you a lot of gain and drain and return of aggressive skeletons. We're going to go with some bats now. I know they're not vampires, but they're related, right? We're going to go with 4 Star Shapers, Starscrape Clerics. You could go with 3. I think this is probably the least a useful bat. However, it does enhance your gain and drain effects off Vengeful Blood Witch and Vran Executioner Thane. It makes them a little bit worse. It gives you another flyer in the air, and it puts a little bit more aggression. The other thing is Deep Cavern Vat and Ichor Drinker, whenever they ping for 1 life, whenever they deal damage either both attacking or blocking, you're going to be draining them for 1 life each time. So it is a useful card all around. It is not bad. If you don't have all of them, I'd say this is the one you could probably leave out the most. So again, trying to get out these little bits of gain and drain as we go, slowly chiseling that life down till it's not tenable anymore. Deep Cavern Bat right here, 1 black and 1 uncommon bat as it goes, flying and lifelink 1/1. Insane. I mean, he's meta for a reason. He's top tier for a reason. When he enters, look at your opponent's hand. You get to see their whole hand on turn 2 if you want. You may exile a target non-land card from it until it leaves play. They have to waste an exile or removal to get whatever card you got back. Steal their Sunfall, steal their removal, steal whatever you want. It really slows down our opponent as we play here. And again, gaining life on defense and attack feeds into Starscrape. If it dies with Vengeful and Vran, it feeds into Starscrape. It all starts coming together. Now, the piece that you've probably known and see is the Forsaken Miner 1, Case of the Stash Skeleton 2, and Corpse of the Lost 3. That is the classic 1-2-3 skeleton play, which honestly is one of the best 1-2-3s in mono black right now, to be perfectly honest with you. It's amazing. 1 black and 1, Case of the Stash Skeleton. Whenever this case enters, create a 2/1 black skeleton creature token and suspect it. To solve, you control no suspected skeletons, if unsolved at the beginning of your end step. So you get this solved ability if they kill your suspected skeleton. And remember, it's okay if they do. If we have these set up to drain them life, we get to do a tutor effect. We can search our library for any card by sacrificing that and search our library. But either way, a 2/1 menace skeleton is not bad. That's a very good thing that people can't block it. And even if they do, you can increase the power on it and really start ripping people down and then gaining and draining as they do, really putting pressure on them as you go. This is what makes skeleton decks possible. As soon as this card is not in standard, I don't think skeleton decks will be very much good. 1 black and 2 enchantments. Skeletons you control get +1 and have haste. Corpses of the Lost. When it enters, you get 2/2 black pirate skeleton creature at the beginning of your end step. If you descended this turn, meaning if anything was put into your graveyard, a permanent was put in your graveyard, return Corpse of the Lost to its owner's hand. So you can return it to your hand and immediately replay it and play another skeleton down. The fact that Forsaken Miner, Stashed, and the one that we put down have haste and are charged up is really good. You're going to want to put that aggression down on the board. You're going to want to be swinging in with a lot of damage. You're going to be want to pushing down range with damage a lot. It's going to be super, super critical that you are attacking and damaging people out and really, really hitting. You want to you're going to want to lose creatures, especially if you've set up Vengeful, Vran, and Starscrape. You can set up an onslaught of skeletons to just go in and start attacking people. The more stuff you have died, the more you're pinging them, the more you're draining them. So they're losing creatures, you're losing creatures, and you're draining them for a lot of life. And how do we make that life drain even worse? Well, we can add Bloodletter of Ecclesance. Look at this guy. That is a guy right there. Another vampire finishing off. He's a vampire demon. 3 black and 1 4-drop 2/4, arguably one of the best black cards out of Ixalan. Flying. If an opponent would lose life during your turn, they lose twice that much life. Insane. So all the damage that the skeletons are doing, all the gain and drain you're getting off from Vengeful Blood Witch, Starscrape, and Vran, everything else, all the pings for 1 that are hitting Starscrape and going over and over and over again are enhanced, and all your flyers that you have going in and skeletons and killing and stuff like that is enhanced as well. Deadly. Unbelievably deadly. He is black meta for sure. Just a beautiful finisher right here. I mean, when your finisher drops on turn 4, you swing with the full, you swing with a bunch of skeletons and hit the gain and drain. They realize that they have lost too much life. They're in too dire of a position to ever get out of what you've put them in. Really, really good stuff. to finish with the Aclazotz and just bring the Vampire Skeleton combo, the Undead combo, home. We're going to go 22 mana, 1 Cavern of Souls right there. You could do 2 Caverns. Again, as I always say, mana is going to be the taste here. If you want to put any kind of man lands in, I'm never dying for land lands. You know, if you like Soulstone Sanctuary, sure, it's not really necessary. Mirax, whatever you want. It is what it is. I'm going with that. I'm going with straight black. It is important that we are able to play that Bloodletter, so I don't want too many off of the Caverns. You choose Vampire for the Caverns, I think you're fine. Vampire, Bat, or Skeleton, you're going to be fine. We actually don't really cast very many Skeletons. If you look at the stats here, I can show you what this looks like. We actually mostly cast Vampires. It's 12 Vampires with 7 Bats and only really 4 Skeletons. The other Skeletons, we don't cast them. They're created by enchantments, believe it or not. So that's the best way to get Skeletons out, is to cast them through enchantments with Clerics, Demons, Phyrexians, Rogues, everything else on there as it goes. So it really is a Vampire first deck, followed by Skelly Bros and a smish splash of Bats. 8 enchantments, 7 instant, 0 sorceries, no artifacts, 23 lands on a 2.0. I was having trouble with mana. I ran this with 22 mana and it didn't work right. I was always short one from where I needed to go. So I don't mind running 23 on a 2.0 average. That's what we're looking like. 23 creatures on that. Undead. Yeah, so very good. Got me from plat to diamond and pushing me up diamond right now. Going to get me to mid diamond pretty soon. The only other sideboard I can suggest is possibly enchantment removal with Withering Torment, Forced Sacrifice with Sheoldred's. Nowhere to Run is a great card to get rid of those Ward decks, or Long Goodbye is a great one to deal with Ward. Calistaria Highborn, I know people are saying, why not Calistaria Highborn? She's just kind of not a better, she's like, Vran is good with Vengeful Blood Witch. Do we really need to add her in? You know, you have to play that 2 black, and I guess you can do it as many times as you want, but you have to have mana open. I always felt she's a little clunky. But I know somebody is going to say, how come no Calistaria Highborn? She's here. She's in the sideboard. It's whatever. You certainly could. If you didn't have any Vrans or you didn't have any those, you could do her as well if you wanted to do something like that. You know, she's kind of a lateral move. And maybe an Anoint with Affliction just in case to exile some smaller stuff as we go. But that is going to be the Undead Vampire Skeleton Alliance. We love to see our undead lining up, being allies and fighting each other. Let's get into the game. Make sure you leave a comment, like the video, tenderly push that like button. Don't smash it. Every other YouTuber tells you to smash and explode that like button. I don't want that. I want you to gently push it. So here we go into the game. Let's rank up, boys. All right, Shakedown Breakdown is complete. Thank you all for coming, guys. I actually have to kind of get up early, so I'm going to have to leave you there, crazily enough. Now, you're right, Chris Chaos, for doing that. All right, guys. I'm going to leave you here. I know it's a little earlier than normal. I think we only did like an hour and a half, but I think this one's a good one, and we made our point. Let's see who's live right now. The Philliest, the Killiest, the #1, Chilliest. We'll go to ePhilly. We'll see you guys. Thank you for all for coming, and thank you for sticking through that crash. Hillbilly, Silent Snow, Bems Lord, Swankyville, Carlama Face, Trex, Josh Lizzle for Schlizzle, Bad Optics, Lord Stonescale, Haiku, Drift Ronin. Thank you all for coming. We'll see you in the next one. Adios and good night. Bye-bye. Make sure you like the video. Bye.